Support for same-sex marriage in the United States has fallen to 54%. That is over a 20-year low. What's going on, gays? What's happening? I mean, it couldn't be the pride parades where you guys walk around in thongs and stick your junk in front of kids, right? And by the way, that's a minority of gays. Most gays don't want nothing to do. Most gays will look at guys like that and call them fags. Truly. A lot of them will. I know some of them. So my frustration here is not with gays. And I think a lot of people that took this survey, the 46%, I don't think their frustration is with the gay couple down the street from them. The frustration is with the propaganda here. The frustration is with the blowback. I shouldn't use that word when we're talking about gays, huh? Think about where this country was in 2015 when the Supreme Court struck down the ban on gay marriage. Think about where this country, what this country's relationship with gay people was like. It was becoming more socially accepted. That was right around the time you had shows like Modern Family coming out. And it wasn't being forced down everyone's throat, but at the same time, the acknowledgement was like, yeah, gay people, it is what it is. You know, nobody really cared. Yet support hovered and stayed for a long time at about 65 to 75%, depending on the poll, for same-sex marriage in the United States. The problem is, as we found out, the left in this country can never just take a win. They can never take a win. They're that guy that sits down at the blackjack table, hits blackjack on his first hand, then wins 4 more in a row, and can't just walk the fuck away from the table. He plays until his money's gone. The free drinks start flowing. You know, we've all been there. But they do the political version of that.
Politically.
They can't say same-sex marriage, equal rights. Yeah, who gives a shit if 2 guys get married? Just let them have it. Cool. And then move on to the next issue. If you got to double, triple, and quadruple down until it reaches the point of insanity to where people start taking a long, hard look at the thing that they initially agreed with and going, no, I don't know if I like that anymore. Because here's what happened. Was, like I said, back when Obergefell got passed in the Supreme Court, it's 65 to 75% of people supported gay marriage in the United States. People are like, yeah, it's 2 consenting adults. Who, don't do it out in front of me. Who cares? And then what happened after that? The pride parades got more absurd. And more importantly, they got more public. Pride wasn't just the march they had in June. Pride was a whole lifestyle. It infiltrated its way into classrooms, into media, into children's shows specifically. That's when it became a problem. Then after that, liberals told everyone that, because people started getting a little uncomfortable with the pride stuff, getting shoved down everyone's throat. The big, long victory lap. And then after that, liberals told everyone, hey, we're going to add this new shit to it, this transgender stuff, and you better fucking be okay with that too. And people started going, hold on, no, why is this a package deal all of a sudden? And even a lot of gays started going, why is this a package deal? What are you talking about, this transgender stuff? Oh, yeah. You better be okay with men and women's locker rooms. You better be okay with your daughter having to share a bathroom with a guy who's built like Vin Diesel in a wig. You better be okay with that. And a lot of people were like, I'm not okay with that. But people got bullied into silence. And then they cross the one line you can't cross, which is people's kids. You can fuck with people's employers. You can fuck with people's homes. You can fuck with a lot of shit. You cannot fuck with people's kids. It was no longer enough to just say, hey, it's okay if two dudes want to get married, 2 chicks want to, 2 lesbians want to beat the hell out of each other. Who cares? It's in the privacy of their own home. It was no longer enough. It wasn't enough to maybe not be a fan of the risque pride parades, but to let it slide. It was no longer enough to not want to put up a fight about women's restrooms and locker rooms. Because you notice they kind of won that one too. No, you had to be willing to send your kid to sit down with a psychopath teacher that was going to convince them that they were born in the wrong body and they should start sex change surgery and hormones at 12 years old. And that's where they crossed the line. And what happens when you meet people with a firestorm like that is they fight fire with more fire. And they said, you know what? Fuck you. Fine. You want to pull this shit? Cool. Here's what I'll do. You really want to pull this shit? I'm against all of it now. If this is a package deal, the deal's rejected. The left did this. And I'm conservative on a lot of issues, but I'm more independent than a lot of people think I am. I don't have a problem with gay marriage being legal in this country. I don't necessarily agree on adoption, but gay marriage I don't have a problem with. But I can see, because I pay attention to politics and I can see how trends go, I can see how this happened. I'm able to separate the issues. A lot of people aren't. And do you know why a lot of people aren't? Because the left overplayed their hand. The left told people that they couldn't separate the issues. You can't do it. They are a package deal. The left are the ones to blame for this. Gays, don't look at me. Don't look at the right. The liberals are the ones that told people, Mr. Joe Smith down the street, they told him that if he wasn't okay with his 10-year-old daughter starting hormones to become a boy, that meant he was also homophobic. And do you know what Joe Smith said? He didn't cave. He went, guess I'm a fucking homophobe then. They're the ones that did this to you, not us. Remember that. If laws start changing, if court cases start changing in this country, it wasn't us that took it away from you. We were willing to separate the issues. The left was not. The left told people you either get all of it or nothing. And people said nothing. The juice ain't worth the squeeze. If you're going to involve my kids in this transgender death cult, fuck you. I don't want any of it. We're going back to the way things used to be. This is on the left. They did this to you, not us. Remember that.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you could actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese Spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.